let me show you 3 projects with one little jar. So I promised you guys some extra videos for Plastic Free July, and I wasn't kidding. I have the best project ever, and it involves eating dip first. Sam and I love entertaining, and though we do try to make our own dips a lot of the time, when we entertain as often as we do, sometimes it's really handy to grab some dips from the shops and entertain that way with a few crackers, some carrots, some home cured olives. We love it. But something that I recently found is this dip. It's made by Chris, so it's a dip company that we probably all know really well. But the difference is that it comes in a terracotta pot. My only criticism is they do come with like a little flavor sachet, which is plastic. My advice to Chris's is to make this even better, use those little paper bags instead, and that will save this bit of plastic being used. My recommendation is the caramelized onion one, and also the jalapeno, and there's a jalapeno and cheese one. I can't remember which cheese. This one I haven't tried yet. It's a pistachio, fig, and blue cheese, so I think it's gonna be pretty funky. But the best thing about this is it's in a terracotta pot, which you can then repurpose into 3 really cool projects that I'm going to show you today. But you can also visit their website, and they have heaps more ideas online as well of how you can use these if you want to get creative. So let me show you 3 projects with one little jar. So the first and easiest thing you can do is literally grab the jar, put some nuts into it, and it turns into a little snack bowl. This can be used when you are entertaining for all the other bits and pieces. So super cute, very stylish, very easy. Okay, so now that I've got a snack sorted, it's time for project number 2. And this one is going to be a really fun one for all of us gardeners. I love succulents. I think they're really beautiful inside and outside as decorative plants. They're super easy to look after because you just neglect them. That's the best way to look after a succulent. So I have gone ahead and picked off a couple of my succulent heads or pups from outside. I do have a video on our channel if you're interested in how to do that. It's so easy. Succulents are really easy to propagate. And because these terracotta pots don't have any drainage holes, you can try to screw one in. I don't know how you'll go. A good way to get past that is to collect some rocks from outside. We grow rocks on our homestead, so it's super easy to find them. And then all you do to put this little gift together, or this could be a decorative thing in your garden, is line the bottom with rocks. This allows water to drain to the bottom and keep away from some of the soil and the roots so that it doesn't drown the plant. I think that'll do. Put in some soil. Oh, that's a lot. Put your little succulents straight in. How cute's that? I mean, you can get some more. You can really fill this out and make it beautiful, or your succulents will actually grow some more pups as they go and then create a really beautiful gift. You can put some decorative little rocks and pebbles around here as well, or just some mulch, just to keep it from drying out too quick. There you go. All right, the last project is probably the one I'm most excited for, but also the most nervous for, because it involves making a candle for the first time in my life. And as you can see, it's not hard. You just boil down the wax, wait till it's at a perfect temperature to add in some essential oils, put some twine into a jar, and then fill it up and wait. Pretty simple, right? So let's hope we don't mess this up. So I have some hemp twine sitting around because I'm a crafter, so I have lots of things like that. You can literally just use some twine from a hardware store. They sell cotton and it's super duper cheap. I'm just going to tie a knot at the bottom and then I'm going to braid it, and that's going to be my wick. I'm not going to put any fancy metal parts at the bottom. One side over. How cute. So the best thing about these being dips originally is that on the packaging it says how many grams goes into it, which is 170 grams. So that means that's how much soy wax and beeswax I'm going to need to fill this jar, I think. I couldn't find a grater at the op shop. Candle making can actually be quite sticky and hard to clean. So I went and bought this little pan that I'm going to use for my double boiler. And I got a grater, which was the best thing I could find there. And I'm hoping it's going to work. Looks like a nice grater. Oh, that works perfect. That's 2 grams. Oh, never use a grater again. This is fantastic. Eventually I do want to use our own beeswax, but at the moment my hives are very young, so they don't have extra. Oh, this beeswax is definitely harder to work with than soy wax. I'm getting exhausted. Look at these 2 best buddies. Eris hates being touched by other dogs, but he's made an exception for Ty. It's been so cute to see him be a big brother. You even share your bed, don't you? Yeah, you're such a good boy. You let him cuddle you all night, even though you hate it and you grumble when he comes over. Alright, so in the end I kind of gave up on the beeswax. I think when I melt my own beeswax, I'm going to be a bit more strategic about how I do it. I'm going to see if I can melt it without having the water boiling just here, so I can show you guys how I'm melting it. I'm literally just using a makeshift double boiler. But essentially all a double boiler is water boiling at the bottom with a pan or a glass bowl or a metal bowl just on top so that you can melt whatever it is slowly. Alright, so while the beeswax is needing a little bit more heat to melt down than the soy wax is, I'm going to put a bit of glue at the bottom of this and stick in my wick. I can't be bothered getting my hot glue gun out, so I'm just going to use a lighter. It's probably silly, but let's see if it works. Wick in here. Perfect. Alright, so the wax is all melted. It's still super hot, so I'm going to let it start cooling down. And then I'll add my essential oil and then pour it in. I'm going to use some lavender essential oil that we bought in Bali. Oh, that smells so nice. Alright, and now we let it stay for 24 hours so that it can solidify. So there you have it, guys. 3 super easy ways to use these really cool little dip containers made of terracotta. Turn it into a flower, give it to a friend, turn it into a candle, perfect to burn at home because it's so natural, no chemicals in sight, or just use it for your dips and your snack platters. It looks really beautiful. All 3 were super easy to do. I think I did them maybe in an hour or 2, and it was lots of fun to do. And it only took me an hour or 2 because I was filming it. So go out there, use those things that you've been wanting to for a while, make some really incredible things. Plastic Free July is the perfect time to start.